Hi, my name is Karen Whittemore. I am a family nurse practitioner. I have been in practice for 25 years now. I started back in 1992 as a registered nurse and then went back to school in 1996. And in 1998, I received my master's in science of nursing through the U of U, becoming a board certified family nurse practitioner. So I have been in practice for a very long time. Over the years, I have seen a lot of changes in medicine, how we practice and how we deliver care, but I have never seen anything quite like the technology that is in the X39 from LifeWave. And over the next few minutes, I want to share with you how this technology works, the benefits that you could expect to see, and why you might be interested in using it for your own wellness program. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about George. So George fell off of a ladder. He hit his head on a granite countertop. And you can see in this first image, this was before he started using the patches, how injured he was. He had to have stitches and everything. And you can see that that's quite an injury. And how much it improved at the age of 79 years old after just 2 weeks. And keep in mind, as we age, it's much harder to bounce back and heal after something like this. But also look as his skin is starting to improve, and look at him at 7 weeks. So not only is the wound completely healed, but how much less sagging there is in his skin, how much better his facial structure is, much less drooping. And you can see at the neck line of the first image compared to the second image and along the jaw. So that is something very impressive about the X39 and the stem cells. So my question for you is, have you been patched yet? I have been patched now for 3 years. So how would you like to be able to elevate, activate, and regenerate your stem cells? Experience a level of health and healing vitality that you haven't experienced since your youth. Imagine having no pain, sleeping through the night, and having more energy and reversing aging. These things are actually a possibility. They're not science fiction. As we age, we tend to lose our stem cells. It's just a fact of life. And the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower that you heal. Hundreds and millions of people out there are experiencing aging like myself. I am 57 years old. And what I was noticing is I was only sleeping for about an hour or two at night. And then I would wake up, have to get up and pee. And I was noticing that the tissue under my eyes was getting thin, and I was getting recession along my hairline, some signs that I did not like that I was aging. So as we age, the stem cells in our body become less and less effective. By age 60, the stem cells in our body show very little activity. They become slower and are releasing less of the growth factors that are needed to repair our body. And by the time we're in our mid-70s, we are showing almost no stem cell activity at all. And that's why older people have a difficult time healing from injury. LifeWave does have a disclaimer. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. And you always want to consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. This does not cure anything. What this does is it's giving your body the tools it needs so that your body can start doing the healing work that it needs to do, the work that it's been wanting to do for years. So how does the X39 work? Well, it is made of organic nanocrystals, and this is kind of like the holy grail of reverse aging. It actually elevates a particular peptide called copper peptide, GHKCU, and that is what activates your stem cells, and it is clinically proven to enhance overall health. The National Institute of Health actually has this to say on their website. This is a government website. Copper peptide stimulates blood vessel and nerve outgrowth and increases collagen and elastin for visible anti-aging. GHK's ability to improve tissue repair has been demonstrated for skin, lung connective tissue, bony tissue, liver and stomach lining. And copper peptide has also been found to possess powerful cell productive actions, such as multiple anti-cancer activities and anti-inflammatory actions, as well as having anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and anti-aggression activities. And these are just the first few things that it mentions on its website. It does go on. So who is our inventor? This is David Schmidt, our inventor, founder, and CEO. He has over 130 US patents, and he is a scientist and an inventor. He is a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. So what happened is he was trying to help the military come up with a way for Navy SEALs to be able to stay awake in mini subs for 30 hours. They didn't want to use any harsh chemicals. They didn't want to use any stimulants or anything like that that could potentially cause problems, especially cardiovascular problems. And he says that he went home and prayed about it, and he came up with a prototype for our first patch. It was the Energy Enhancer patch. And then 9/11 happened, and the military's actions got a little sidetracked. But this was actually a blessing, because he realized, oh my gosh, I have something. This should not just belong to the military for the US. This should be available to everything. And so he came up with the company LifeWave. This was back in 2004, so 20 years ago. So this company has been around for 20 years now. And in that first year, it did $17 million in sales just with the Energy Enhancer patch. As since then, things have gone on. He has other patches that he has come out with now, including the X39, which is our champion patch that activates stem cells back in 2019 or 2020. It is all of the patents and all of the products that LifeWave has, they are exclusively protected by multiple patents. This company has very unique products. You won't find them anywhere else. Over 80 research and clinical studies. Independent researchers and universities have studied these things, and we do have some of their information in our science folder for our members. Medical and scientific experts have looked over these. This is one of the studies that I really like. This is a brain scan of a 77-year-old female. And the first session shows her brain before the X39. And you can see the scale on the right side. It shows that the higher you are with the redder colors, the higher the voltage of the brain. So you can see all of this red and a lot of yellow going on, very little of the blues, which would be a calmer brain. This is the brain of a very overactive, overstimulated brain, probably an anxious person. But here's the amazing thing, even at the age of 77, where she should have hardly any stem cells at all to activate, after 3 weeks of using the patch, you can see how much calmer her brain is. And she maintains that at 6 weeks. You can see on the right side of the screen, there is the patent. And the patent says that this X39 patch elevates copper peptide for the activation of stem cells. It says that right in the patent. And you aren't able to get any patents unless you can prove what it is that you're trying to patent. And so to me, that is an impressive thing. This is patented, and the science is actually there. So what are the benefits that you might expect with the X39 technology? Rapid pain relief. These are things that they've shown in their studies. Rapid pain relief for many people. Reduction in inflammation within 24 hours. And inflammation is the #1 link to cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disorders, cancer. I mean, you name it. All of your major health problems are linked to inflammation. And we have a study that shows that within 24 hours, you have a reduction in inflammation. That alone is very impressive. It also supports wound healing. As you saw with that first slide with George, George had some amazing wound recoveries, and I'd like to share with you just another cute little story. One of our members had a very sick fish. You can see there in the first slide, he's lying upside down. He's got all this white stuff covering him. This looks like a dead fish. This does not look like a very healthy fish here. And the member decided, hey, I'm just going to tape an X39 right onto the fish tank right next to this fish and see if anything happens. Well, here is a day or two later, you can see in this second photo, there's no longer nearly as much of the white stuff, and it's more upright. It's on its side, but it's in a much better position. And then here it is swimming around after a few days, and that's a miracle. That is a miracle for a fish like that to be able to turn around so much. So that's our fun little X39 story of the day. So back to some of the benefits, increases energy and vitality. I'm sure the fish can testify to that. It also helps with mental clarity. It can enhance sports performance. We have numerous members who have stories about how it has helped them improve in their athletic performance, stamina, endurance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance. I noticed for myself that I started getting the plumpness under my eyes again, which I really appreciated, and the hair coming back. And I started sleeping better through the night. In fact, I only get up once now to pee, and that's just because I drink so much water right before bedtime. But my sleep is so much better. And with improved sleep, I'm also able to think more clearly at work as well. So what can you expect inside your own body with using this? Well, within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. So that's a third of your body's genome. That's huge. And remember, it's when we start having malfunctions in these gene signaling pathways that we do start ending up with so many of our health problems, including cancer. So that is exciting that there is something that we can do to help keep ourselves well. Within 6 weeks, our brain becomes more balanced, as you saw with that previous slide. Decreased symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Love that. Decreases in wrinkles, hair growth increases in your structural integrity of both your skeletal and your muscular systems. And then within 6 months, there's actually, your heart reverses in age. There's a study showing that 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after using the X39 patch for 6 months. That alone makes it so that this is something that everybody needs, because cardiovascular disease is still the #1 killer. And so anything that we can do to help give ourselves an advantage is a wonderful thing. As David Schmidt says, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. When you're actually able to reverse your cardiovascular age by 8 years just in 6 months, that is incredible. So where can you go if you want to learn more information? We do have a website. It's called yourteaminmotion.com. Check it out, write it down. We have testimonials on there. We have product information, business information for those of you who are interested in doing this as a business. For those of you out there who feel like, hey, I am a sharer, I want to be out there sharing with people, you may want to join as a brand partner, because there are certain benefits to doing that. And it is a unique company with unique products like we've talked about. So this is the end of my little speech here. So thank you all for joining me so much. I wish you well on your journey, And do talk to the person who invited you here today, because they can help tell you ways that you can take advantage of the X39 for $50 off a month, which is wonderful. So thanks. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.